a few, a selected few. And subhanAllah, you find it in many ayat, this source of belittlement and disrespect to those whom decide to stand against injustice. And this is what we see across the countries. We know that our students have come to these institutions to lead this country and to lead this institution in the future. And people have so much hope in these students, but what happened when our students stood against their institutions? Now you're talking about people that have no lives. People that only represent themselves. A lot of people are not within that college campus. We don't know where they're coming from. They don't align with our vision. These people are extremists. Having such a response is very normal. We've heard it in the past. We are hearing it now, and we will always hear it in the future. That where people will try their best to discourage you and I, to push us away from saying what needs to be said. And this is the least that you and I can do. If this movement was not striking fear into their hearts, they would have never stood against the students. Even though you all are very peaceful, respectful, doing what you need to be doing, these individuals are afraid. Because you and I were never part of the agenda. You were never part of the plan. You just came out of nowhere and brought about change. And these people have spent billions of dollars to promote their agendas. They have lobbyists day in and day out promoting their agenda. And you have students in Wayne State that are saying no. And Allah beautifully says, فَسَيُنْفِقُونَهَا ثُمَّ تَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ حَسْرَةً. They will continue to spend, and this will be a source of regret because it won't take them anywhere. So what you are doing here is that you are standing with that young child, that voiceless child that needs a voice. What you hear on the media is not true about Gaza. People may speak about numbers and doubt numbers. What's happening in Gaza, when you speak to doctors that are just returning from Gaza, the numbers are far more higher than 40, 50, 60,000 people. Far more. You have people under the rubble. These numbers that the hospitals are counting are people that died within their medical facilities. You're not talking about people under the rubble. You're not talking people inside of neighborhoods. So this number, yes, is inaccurate. It's far more higher, if not double, if not even more than that, triple. And what we're doing here is that we are speaking truth to power, doing what we can. When Islam speaks about standing against injustice, number one, it says physically. If someone is capable of protecting someone, go ahead and do it. Number two, verbally. This is a way to stand against oppression. Never belittle what you're doing. Sometimes people are just sitting down, talking, laughing. All of that is okay. You don't have to be in misery to share a point and to make a point. But in the end, never underestimate the power of saying one word. Just sharing that word. Making sure that you and I are doing what we can in the face of injustice. This is within our capacities to say something, to do something, to write something. In the end, these people that represent these institutions are old, have their own interests, and will just go. We'll move along. This next generation will set the standard. We will continue to preserve the truth, speak the truth, appreciate the truth, celebrate the truth. So even if it may not work now, our vision, our goal is to change the state of this country and how people look at oppressed individuals in the long run. Where the blood of a young Palestinian child carries the same value as any other child. A person here in Detroit must receive the same services and attention and receive an equal opportunity to education as someone that may live elsewhere. Islam believes that everyone is equal in the sight of Allah. And this is why we're here, and we will continue to push. People will resist. You all have social media. You can post about it, talk about it, you can share, and you do not know how far you may go. Even if they send police, what they did in Ann Arbor, Even if people will strike fear, because all of this was not under the radar. But it's happening, and it will continue to happen. So may Allah keep you all strong. Don't underestimate what you're doing. Don't think, maybe if I was somewhere else, what you're doing here is more than enough. You can change the course of America. You have our politicians that are saying, just drop a nuclear bomb. It's like you're talking about, by the way, becoming a politician, there's one requirement: being stupid. You have to be stupid. I've sat with these politicians. I remember sitting with, I don't care about saying it, Lindsey Graham, and he was like, yeah, just drop a nuke. I was like, what do you mean just drop a nuke? So much arrogance, people that are racist, people that believe that Palestinian blood carries no value, people within this city carry no value, receive no services, they receive no opportunities to a better education. They just don't care. They only care about themselves. And we are here to make sure that we are the voice of hope. So may Allah give you all power, energy, motivation. May Allah allow us to overcome this fear that some may experience if something does happen. But if it's not here, it's going to be somewhere. And we thank God that we have our phones and we can still bring about a change. And you all know elections is very soon, so we can always bring about a change. Thank you so much. Bye.
Free Palestine!
Where's Ali?